Drinking buddies, we know that Prudent Pappy is a wonderful blend you can throw together at home. But what's the next blend that you have to make at home that you can't live without? Let's find out.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, so I have 3 sample bottles here, and I'm going to fill them up with 3 different blends. I'm going to throw them on my shelf, and in, I don't know, a few weeks, we will revisit them and find out which is the best. Which one is going to be memorable, which one you're going to be able to not live without. So let's dive right in. First, I wanted to go with, I had this idea for a while, and I think it's going to come out really good. This one's going to be called Banana Bread. Equal parts 1910 and Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. Banana Bread. Why am I doing it this way? Well, because I find that blends really work better when they've had some time to mingle together. So if I just put them together in a glass, it's not going to give you the same representation of what it tastes like when you let it sit for a while. 1910 and Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. Next up, I decided to do just a completely crazy one. I really like this Barrel Armida. This is going to be a bourbon finished in brandy, rum, and Sicilian Amaro casks. We're going to do half a part of this. So half this, and half Barrel Seagrass, which is a rye finished in Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy casks. So this one should be pretty darn interesting. All right, and the last one here, I wanted to do some Buffalo Trace stuff. And I had this really weird idea that I thought just might work. So my favorite lower end proof bourbon from Buffalo Trace is Weller 12, and one of my favorite higher end proof bourbons from Buffalo Trace is Stag Jr. So I thought I would call this one the best of both worlds, and we're gonna go in equal parts of Weller 12 and Stag Jr. Now this one might completely defeat the purpose of home blending, since the entire purpose of home blending is so that you can blend something at home that tastes as good as something hard to find, and both of these are hard to find, but I had to go with one wild card here. All right, so we have the Banana Bread, the Seamita, and the best of both worlds. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks, and we'll figure out if any of these are worth making at home. All right, drinking buddies, before we taste these, I thought we might talk about some helpful tips and tricks for blending. I would say tip 1 is don't blend with something that you don't like. Chances are pretty good if you have a bottle that you don't like very much, blending it into something is not going to make it better. I would recommend if you have a bottle you don't like, I have an entire video about it, you should watch that one. I'll leave a link in the description. Another thing I would say is if you're new to it, maybe try sticking to the classics. It's definitely what I did at first. Your classics are going to be things like Prudent Pappy, which is going to be Larceny and Maker's Mark cask strength. Prudent Pappy, Poor Man's Pappy, that's going to be Weller 12 and Antique 107. And then something like Old Bird, that one's going to be Russell's 10 and Rare Breed blended together. 1915 is another one, 1910 and 1920. Try those out first, and once you kind of get that, you probably want to blend things that kind of have similar flavor profiles, or you don't want to blend 2 things that are going to clash with each other. So anyway, those are a few tips that I would give for you when it comes to blending. And let's try out these crazy blends that I did. Let's begin with the banana bread. I did think about doing this blind, but I didn't see the point because they're pretty radically different. I'm pretty sure I would know what they are. Banana bread. Smells like banana bread. Super banana. Banana candy. Vanilla. Brown sugar. That is better than 1915, and I like 1915. But I like Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof more than I like 1920. And yeah, that is really good. That is bananas, that is brown sugar, that is caramelized molasses, and man, just dessert. This is dessert in a glass. I know 1910 is pretty desserty as it is. That's a good one, drinking buddies. I would recommend trying that one at home, especially if you have those 2 bottles. Next up, we have the C-Mita. That was interesting. It smells like crackers. Black tea. A little fruity, but crackers. Why does it smell like crackers? Flavor and finish on that. Not amazing, but good. But the mouthfeel is phenomenal on that. That is just so syrupy and delicious on the syrupy, and the texture is amazing. The flavor is, well, Dickel has entered the chat. I know both of those whiskeys probably have some Dickel in them, and I don't feel like either one of them tastes like overly Dickel. But this, yeah, the blend here is very Dickel. Definitely getting some of those the dates and the apricot flavors that you get off of the Armida, and then but there's also like a little subtle rye thing going on from the seagrass. Not a blend I'd be doing again. It's okay. And now we have the best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. I have the highest hopes for this one. Wow. Cherries and leather, tobacco. A lot of those classic Buffalo Trace smells. A little bit of a bourbon vanilla. Very, very interesting. That tastes older than either of those. I'm getting like tobacco and leather notes off of here that I normally don't get off of either. Well, you get both of those off of Stag Junior, but not like a ton. But there's like a great like oaky note on here that's not like bitter tannins. It's just like it's like a sweet oak, but heavy. These two are probably about the same proof. Actually, they're probably all around the same proof. I think this is probably about 110. This is probably about 115. This is probably about 112 to 115. I can give the exact proofs when I, put this on there. When I edit this, I can put the exact proofs. Yeah, excellent mouthfeel. A little bit of cherry coming through. some nice sweetness, but a tad bit of bitter oak on the finish. We have a hit. We have a hit and a miss that was almost a hit. I think that maybe because these have already been masterfully blended, blending them is not the best idea, because they took the time, they took the effort to make seagrass into this awesome expression, took the time to make barrel armida into this really awesome expression. They blended this together, they took their time with it. Putting those two together probably was going to be doomed to fail from the beginning, but the other two I highly recommend you trying if you have those at home. We'll call this the one that is attainable, and this one, you know, definitely a unicorn here, but especially since you have to find two hard to find bottles to make this one. But drinking buddies, I really appreciate every single one of you. Please leave a comment down below if there are any blends at home that you do that you think I should try. Is there any blends at home that you've seen online that you think are interesting, that you haven't tried, that you'd like me to try? Just let me know in the comments what you think. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
I'm your drinking buddy.